Alright, let's get right into it, man. So I saw this tweet from a person on Twitter called Garm, who actually has me blocked. It says, Aztecross just uploaded a video unironically including Grums and Christopher Barrett as reliable sources. I'm fucking done laughing my fucking ass off. But then Giancarlo quoted it, who is a well-known BBL demon, so he doesn't have me blocked, so he is on my BBL demon Twitter list. From this point on, I'm gonna call him Cross. I don't like the way I say his name, Aztecross, shit name. I also don't want to come off as like a big super fan of Cross or anything like that. I defend him a lot in my videos, but that's just because these people bring him up first. Instead of focusing on like the actual problems of their game or within the community, they hand wave it away by saying, oh well, Cross is just a right-wing grifter. Like, come on, man, are you serious? Even if he was a right-wing guy, like I'm pretty sure he's a dad, he's a southerner. I don't think he's collaborated with any LGBTQ figures. So after taking all of this into consideration, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this, okay? As a lefty myself, alright, I am the son of immigrant parents who come from a marginalized ethnic background, alright? I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you. It doesn't fucking matter, you donut. The personal political views of a content creator do not change technical facts about game development. If Cross was suddenly talking about marginalized demographics or identity politics, it wouldn't be out of left field for people to say, well, Cross, you know, you kind of come off as a right-wing guy sometimes. You know, me personally, I don't believe Cross is going down to the voting booth in 2024 like, you know what, I'm gonna vote for Kamala. She's gonna up my food stamps. You know, I don't think so. A video about software updates isn't a political campaign. Don't turn technical analysis into political arguments. It's counterproductive. It's immature, it stinks, and it gives right-wing people ammo. Now here's what I'll say. Don't let right-wing people bully you. When you bring politics into stuff like this, it makes you seem like a trauma victim, and they want you to be a victim. Do not give them that satisfaction. Let your nuts hang. Plant yourself like a tree and stay focused. I don't know, maybe you didn't do bullying workshops as a kid when you were like 6 years old in school or whatever. Most of you are American, and we all know American education is terrible. When he says, I care about Destiny more than Marathon, I'd rather play Destiny, I don't care about Marathon, you guys just go, you right-wing grifter. Like, it's just so parasocial. So first off, Giancarlo, I want to say, what fall off, man? The political fall off? When was Aztecross a political figure? When he was playing Marathon and making content for it, was he left-wing? The reason why people label Aztecross as a right-wing grifter is because most Marathon haters are just blind right-wing people. But that doesn't mean Aztecross is suddenly just some disgusting right-wing, toxic, grifting, transphobic, homophobic, racist bigot. And then they start saying stuff like, yeah, but it probably will become one. It's just like, you start to genuinely wonder, like, how do these people start thinking like this? So let's actually look at this tweet here. Aztecross never referred to or included Grums or Christopher Barrett as reliable sources in his video. So this is what Garm is doing. Garm is creating a fake quote to manifest outrage. Let me actually tell you what happens in the video. By the way, I'm gonna slide this in here. I actually have Grums blocked and muted on Twitter, so don't even try that shit with me. Anyway, back to what I was saying. He opens the tweet on stream, and it's basically just Christopher Barrett talking about technical dev details like the DCV, console storage limits, engine upgrades, and early Destiny 3 concepts. That's it. And the tweet originated from a quote of Grums where he's just playing Destiny 2 and saying this shouldn't have been voted. He's playing the Red War campaign or whatever. And then he reads out a discussion that Grums has with Barrett where they're talking about texture streaming. Okay, so I just actually sat here and I held left click on the right side of the video to make it 2x speed. And then he just reads out tweets where he's talking to people about like the content vault and engine upgrades and shit. That's it. That's the video. I triple checked. I haven't watched this much Aztecross content since he made that video about microtransactions. Is this your right-wing grifting villain? Is this the leader of the hate campaign? Someone who has hundreds of hours and honestly will probably play the game again if it improves. Is this someone you want to peg as your villain? Marathon community, you have some of the weakest ops I've ever seen in my life. You have to invent quotes to make your point. You have to attack someone's political beliefs that you don't even know. And you downplay the past problems of the studio that are affecting the game you like right now. In my last video, I praised the hit reg and the servers of this game. I look like an idiot now because ever since then, I don't know what's happened. The hit reg has been awful.
Dude, this destroyer is absolute one. Cracked? Destroyer cracked? Oh, destroyer's so
Like,
low.
I just no-rack this motherfucker, bro. I just no-racked him. Bro. Right below me, right below me. I'm dropping him. Doing this 60, 60
Nice. That missed somehow.
The circuit breaker is boring.
I hit one.
Nice.
Dude, shit.
I'm gonna walk at this guy.
Yeah, in there also.
He's speaking with the free.
I can stop.
I got your fins.
The game is lagging, with better servers on paper and less players.
I'm gonna.
You are fighting the wrong battles. Cross's brief inclusion of Grums in the video was purely a byproduct of reacting to a Twitter thread. It wasn't an endorsement of his views or his platform. Briefly showing a public tweet on screen to explain a game engine discussion is just standard reaction video format. It's not political advocacy or personal alignment. It is foolish to disregard Christopher Barrett completely because he's a sex pest. I call him Christopher Where My Hug At Barrett. Like, I take the piss out of him too. His workplace harassment and subsequent firing were entirely justified. He did that shit. He uses AI. Personal misconduct does not magically invalidate being a 25-year Bungie veteran. Yes, there is conflict of interest. Any statement he makes about Bungie's management is inherently self-serving. Oh my god, I had such great ideas, but the guy who was in charge of the game at the time ignored me. Yeah, how about you shut the fuck up, Chris? So just disregard that. Apply some critical thinking and realize that Aztecross didn't end the video going, guys, Christopher Barrett, this guy is our guy, man. He's our guy. We need to listen to what he says, okay? He has all the source, bro. Just treat this like you would any primary source in journalism. You extract the verifiable technical content, like how Engine 3.0 handled ported assets and console memory, while filtering out the self-serving narrative spin from a disgruntled sexual deviant. If you have the energy to come at people for being political right-wing grifters with no evidence, instead of focusing on the problems actually plaguing your game, you should use some of that energy to think for yourself. There is a huge tribal shilling problem in Marathon, the same way there was one in Destiny, so I will always talk about it. Know your history or be doomed to repeat it. Do you want the same thing to happen to Marathon? Do you want to sit here arguing over who's right wing, who's a grifter, while the game bleeds players because of hit reg problems, lag, mundane metas, terrible loot wipes, economy breaking PvE modes? Or do you want to just faff about and resort to pearl clutching and moral grandstanding? Stop giving Aztecross attention. Stop victimizing yourselves and be ready to accept some hard truths.